Hey guys, welcome to the podcast. This is bi-weekly bites. So I'm going to be releasing this podcast every other week. My name's Daniel Farrow. I'm with the Vandergrift Voice as a staff reporter. I'm also a member of the varsity baseball team, and I'm a senior this year at Vandergrift. So just before I get started here with the first episode, I just want to say this is the first podcast I've ever done, so this is going to be a little bit of a dry run. I don't really know how it's going to go. So we'll see. If y'all like it, I'll keep doing it. And so some podcast goals. I am going to be putting out polls on Instagram because that's where y'all seem to be. Just seeing what y'all want to hear about, what y'all want me to discuss. And then I want y'all to be able to leave me suggestions if you want to hear about a certain issue, a certain topic, have a certain person or people on the podcast as a guest. Just let me know, shoot me a text, shoot me a DM, or you can always message at VHS Student Media on Instagram or Twitter. So our first topic for today, and our only topic for today, parking passes. What is going on with parking passes? Why is it so difficult to find a spot? So this has been an issue ever since I started driving, pretty much ever since the school fully opened up, and it's hard to find parking. You show up in the morning, if you get here after about 8 o'clock, 8:10, there's no parking. It's an issue. And I know over COVID it wasn't as much because people weren't here, but if you think back to our freshman and sophomore year, and when we started driving sophomore year, it was the same issue. People parking all up and down the road outside of the school, people parking on curbs, in the grass. It was a bad situation. But this year, there are just some extra obstacles that have been adding to that. Personally, I think the first one is there was no senior priority when we were purchasing our passes. Because usually, seniors get the emails first, we get the links first to purchase, and we're able to go pick up our passes from the AP office. This year, it was sent out to anybody who could drive, anybody with a driver's license, and I know people who have their permits, who don't have their licenses yet, who bought passes, which isn't a problem because there were unlimited parking passes. That seems better, right? Having unlimited passes. However, every single sophomore, junior, and senior that drives now has a pass, which means every single sophomore, junior, and senior can park in the lot. Now we have about close to 800 people in our senior class. I think it's slightly less in junior class and a little bit more in sophomore class. That's a lot of people. And that's close to, 2,000 people. We don't have that many spots. And, that's an issue, especially when you're a senior with an off period. You come in, you get your extra sleep and you study and, you can't find a parking spot. And that's really tough. There's no real way to fix that right now. It's not like we can tell people with passes, hey, you can't park in the lot because you're a sophomore. We used to be able to do that, but that doesn't exist. If you can find any issues with parking, send me a message, send VHS Student Media a message, because I want to hear y'all's opinions as well. Second reason that I could think of, and the second thing that's changed, is the distribution of the passes. Last year, they mailed because it was contactless. That's fine. My sophomore year, you went down to the AP office, told them your name, and they handed you your pass. This year, y'all saw it. Y'all were all in it. We were standing for the majority, if not all of our lunch period in a line to go up to a table and get our pass, which was, what it was. It was bad. And that it doesn't have anything to do with parking, just I feel like the pass distribution was very inefficient, and I hope that it gets better next year, even though I won't be here. And third, why the changes? Why fix it if it's not broken? Because having sophomores park out on the road, it's kind of a rite of passage. When you're an upperclassman, you park in the lot. You say, yay, I get the good spots, I made it. As a sophomore, you're supposed to say, okay, this kind of sucks, right? But, we don't have that anymore. It almost feels like a tradition that's gone away a little bit. And also people with no passes moving their cars in, after people leave for off periods or pit or lunch. It's a mess. Parking is a mess right now. But I want to know y'all's opinions. So shoot me a text, DM, or DM at VHS Student Media. My other goal for this podcast is to not have it run too much longer over 5 minutes. And we're at about 5 minutes and 30 seconds right now. So I'm going to let y'all go for today. Again, this is the first episode of Biweekly Bites, and I'm going to be around. So let me know what topics you want me to discuss. I'll put out another poll next week, and I will see y'all in 2 weeks.